Hi everybody, I hope you're having a nice weekend. I said I would read The World's Worst Children 3. Got halfway through the chapter yesterday of The Terrible Triplets, so I said I'd read the next half today. So, where were we? One night the boys' long-suffering mother stepped into their bedroom, something she had tried not to do often, to read them a nice bedtime story. "Hello, dear children, it's your mamma," she announced brightly. Mother was a lovely lady who smelled as sweet as a delicious cake she baked for the local church fete. Life had delivered her a cruel blow when she gave birth to these three horrors. The three boys all sniggered conspirationally. It may come as no surprise to you that their father had long since run away from home. The poor man couldn't take the daily dose of torture any more, and had travelled as far as he possibly could, then a little further still. The forwarding address he left simply was North Pole. Holding a copy of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Mother deftly dodged the traps the boys had laid out for her. The roller skates, the marbles, the toy cars, all carefully placed so the poor lady would slip over and land on her bottom. Mother perched tentatively on the end of the middle bunk. To her horror, she spotted that her middle son Dick was chomping on something green and sticky. Chomp. "What on earth are you eating, dearest Richard?" she asked. "It's a collection of my bogies. Do you want to try?" The other two boys sniggered. "No, I do not want to try." The poor lady looked close to tears. "For goodness sake, why are you eating that?" "It's one of my 5 a day," he replied. 5 a day means fruit or vegetables, my sweetness. Bogies are neither. "They are green though," said Dick. Tom and Harry sniggered again. "I don't care if they're green. You are not to eat your own bogies." How about other people's bogies?" asked Dick cheekily. The top and bottom bunks were rocking with laughter again. "No," bawled Mother. Please, please, why couldn't I have 3 nice boys?" she wondered aloud. Munch, came the sound from the bottom bunk. "Harry, what, pray tell, are you eating?" "It's just a ball of belly button fluff." "Oh dear," began Mother. "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear." There weren't enough "oh dears" in the world to express how she was feeling. "And dare I ask, sweet lovely Thomas, what are you eating?" "Some nice fresh earwax." Slip. Mother's nose wrinkled in horror. She looked close to tears. Oh, the humanity. "You boys are rotters." "Do you hear me? Absolute rotters." "Yeah, we know," replied Tom. "Rotten rotters, Rotterson rotters." I wonder why you weren't hungry at meal times when I served up my delicious trifles. Now I know," began Mother. "But boys, please mark my words." She looked at them all one by one and spoke in hushed tones. "If you eat too much of something, you will turn into it." "Yeah, right," said Harry sarcastically. "This is our room," said Dick. "Get out. Boring goody-goody grown-ups are not allowed." "Don't you worry, I'm going, but for your own good, listen to what I say," said Mother, and she spun on her heel and left. The lady hadn't allowed for the skateboard that had been placed right in her path. She stepped onto it and whizzed across the room, "Ah!" before landing on her bottom with a thud. "Good night, dearest Mummy," called out the 3 boys in unison as the tearful lady fled out of the door. If you told Tom, Dick and Harry not to do something, they would do it even more. Their whole lives were a competition to see who could be the worst of the worst, the worstest, the worserest, the worser-worserists. This was a triplets' chance to get out once and for all. Who was the grossest of the 3? So they began storing their chosen foods in larger and larger quantities. Tom began to stockpile his earwax, keeping it in an empty jigsaw box at the end of his bed. Dick picked and picked and picked his nose and stuck all his bogies to each other. Soon he had a bogey as tall as he was. Harry collected his balls of belly button fluff and placed them in a chocolate box. This plan went awry when his elderly grandmother visited and assumed they were indeed chocolates and scoffed a lot. "These chocolates taste hairy," she muttered as she plopped another one in her mouth. The 3 laughed. With all of his own balls of belly button fluff gone, Harry went to all the grubbiest boys in his schools and plucked out theirs. Give me that! Get off! I want your fluff! Ouch! Just hold still! Leave my belly button alone, you brute! So with these added donations, Harry soon had a full box of stomach churning delights. And we'll leave it there. And I'll continue that another time. So the song I'm going to do is all about 5 little firemen. 5 little firemen standing in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they go. Hop on the engine with a shout. Quicker than a wink, the fire is out. 4 little firemen standing in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, shh, they go. Hop on the engine with a shout. Quicker than a wink, the fire is out. 3 little firemen standing in a row. 1, 2, 3, shh, shh, they go. Hop on the engine with a shout. Quicker than a wink, the fire is out. 2 little firemen standing in a row. 1, 2, shh, 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 they go. Hop on the engine with a shout. Quicker than a wink, the fire is out. 1 little fireman standing in a row. 1, shh, 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 he goes. Hop on the engine with a shout. Quicker than a wink, the fire is out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and I will see you tomorrow.